welcome to the Computer Science A-Level presentation with myself, Mrs Davis, Head of IT at Tuxford Academy. I just want to talk to you a bit about why it is that we offer Computer Science A-Level at Tuxford to start with. There are many job opportunities available to our young people in such a diverse range of different career paths. Depending on what they're interested in, they could be entering jobs in database administration, looking at games developing, web design, so many different paths that they can follow, and not just jobs that relate specifically to computer science, but also other jobs where they can use the skills that we teach them as part of the course to help them with other jobs as well. It's not the same as IT. There's often a big confusion about what the difference is between computer science and IT courses, and the computer science has a much greater focus on using the components of the computer rather than using software on the computer. So we teach them how networks are connected, how they share information, how to program the computers. But not only this, we teach problem solving, which is a really important skill no matter what career that they've decided to follow into later on. So from my perspective, it's both a mentally rewarding and potentially a financially rewarding subject to pick at A-level as well. So in order to take computer science, we ask that you've ideally got 5 GCSE grades at 9 to 4, and that those include at least a grade 6 in GCSE computer science and maths. There is quite a large maths related topics in the GCSE computer science, so having that as a strength in your corner is always a benefit. But more importantly than that, an interest and a passion for the subject is absolutely vital. Computer science is not always an easy subject to take. So the last point there as well, yeah, a determined attitude to want to achieve in it. It can open so many doors for you later on, and you know your choices should include a subject that you're passionate about. So the course is split into 3 different sections. 2 exams which are worth 40% each, one on computer systems, which is more the general theory of computer science, the second on algorithms and problem solving, and then finally 20% of it is a significant programming project. So looking at those in more detail, the first exam, and each of them is 2.5 hours long, covers topics like the characteristics of contemporary processors, different peripherals, input, output, storage devices, sensors and things like that. We look at software and how software is developed following life cycle models to ensure that end products meet requirements. We look at programming as well, so the theory behind programming. We look at how data is exchanged and stored within systems, different data structures that we could use and the algorithms that are used to solve those. And then one of the topics I find particularly interesting myself is everything to do with legal, moral and ethical concerns related to computing and how it's used in society. And this changes so rapidly. And we always find really interesting news articles relating to how our data is being used, things such as the Cambridge Analytica and how they used our data held on social media to influence elections. So 6 years ago in the UK with our elections, and then again in America. So I find that topic personally really quite interesting, and it's one of those topics where you can really debate which is right and which is wrong. The second paper, which is currently taught by Mr. Barr, is the algorithms and programming side of the course. Again, thinking about what computational thinking means, the tools we can use to break problems down. So problem solving is a big part of that half of the course. And then again, looking at different algorithms for solving problems and the efficiencies of those algorithms that we use. As I mentioned before, then there's 20% of the course is a programming project. So this then links in with the first exam unit as we're looking at using a waterfall or a rapid application development model to actually create a program It's entirely up to you what you do for your program, entirely up to you what language you do it in. Every year we have it's always a range of games that students want to develop, but then other weird and wonderful things as well. We've had flight simulators created, we've had a bell ringing simulation created. So basically anything that you can imagine, you are free to use that as the basis of your programming project. So given that it's 20%, it's a significant project that is expected to take you quite a significant amount of time, both in lesson and outside as well. So always pick a project that you're going to be invested in for the entirety of probably 18 months of your school life. Some of the things that students always want to know, what do people do with computer science once they finished here? We're quite proud that some of our students recently, lots of them go on to do computer science degrees at university. We've had students go on to Birmingham University and Durham University recently. I'm a big advocate myself of the advanced apprenticeships. We have had students in the last few years who've managed to secure funding for their university degrees whilst they train with Jaguar Land Rover, and also a student who's at MI5, and I'm probably not supposed to even mention that we've got one who's gone there, but again, university degrees paid for whilst you're being paid to do an apprenticeship seems an ideal win for me. And then students as well who go straight into employment working for local and sometimes national companies, again working in their IT departments rather than choosing to follow a more academic route. So lots of opportunities there, and again, not always explicitly using computer science, but using those skills in a range of different subject areas. So obviously, if you have any questions, then do feel free to come and find me, come and ask me anything you need, or if parents, if you'd like to email, then please feel free. My school email address is just rdavis@tuxford-ac.org.uk. And I'm happy to answer any questions over the phone as well, if there were questions that you had relating to the course. Thanks very much.